gotta put on these earrings, but should I? Because they're gold, and I'm wearing gray. Maybe silver would have been a better idea. Silver would have been sick. Would have been. Man, and you can put on silver hoops. Give me a second. Here they are. I put them in my sunglasses case to keep them safe. Here they are. Where did I get these hoops? Revolve. Pretty sure. On Revolve. I love a good hoop. I'm a little tired today. I shouldn't be. I slept like 9 hours. Maybe even 10. 10. I should not be tired. I should be like thriving. And I've had a cup and a half of coffee. Black. I'm checking my stats. Let me go. Let me see how my TikTok's doing.
No matter how
These dang ads get so loud. You ever do that? Oh, okay. I posted it an hour ago and it's at 13,000 views. Let's read a couple comments, shall You're my favorite account on TikTok. You're just so funny. That's all I need to read. Makes me feel good. Okay, so last time we were here, my camera died because I didn't charge it enough. And I was answering your questions. And I was answering the question, the purpose of life, and it cut off. So I guess you'll never get my answer to what the purpose of life is. Someone actually did ask that, and I said that I watched that movie Soul. Let's make sure stuff is not in the way. And the purpose of life is just to live. That's it. There's no other purpose. So cozy, but also I want to make sure this looks good. Let me show one hoop. I kind of semi-did my hair. Of course, I didn't show you how. So secrets out. Secrets in. It's just to live. The purpose of life is to live presently in each moment as if it's your last, right? Because we appreciate something when we know it's over. I know for me, I take life for granted often because I'm just an autopilot. I'm just achieving. I'm just going on to the next thing. And when I'm doing that, I'm missing the present moment, which is just right now. Nothing in the past. Nothing to worry about in the future, just being here right now. And when I'm here right now, everything's okay. Everything's pretty peaceful. It's obsessing about the past and the future that causes upset. It's resisting the present moment, Eckhart Tolle says, that causes us angst, anxiety, fear, sorrow, pain, whatever, is when we resist what is, thinking that it should be different than it is. When we accept the present moment as it is, accept what people are doing, what places are existing, what's being said, when we resist that is when we have upset. When we accept it and go, okay, the birds are chirping. Okay, the lighting is how it is. Okay, I'm in this home. Okay, my belly's hurting or whatever. Life's easier and more pleasant because we're accepting the present moment just as it is. We're not trying to make it different to suit our needs. Hold for playing. You get what I'm saying, right? I feel a lot calmer in this Q&A than the last one. The last one I was like, and it's right now I feel pretty relaxed and zen. And I have some of your questions. I had to record them onto my phone because they were going to expire. And anyway, I think I talked for an extra like 20 minutes before the camera died. So I don't know what I said, but I'm sure it was great. Do you love your new home? I love it so much. That's one of the questions. I love this home more than, I feel like I'm still exploring it. When I first walked into this home, I was so overwhelmed by all the things going on, all the different rooms, all the different light and feelings. And I still, when I show people and they come in, I feel like they feel what I felt, it's just overwhelming how incredible it is. There's light everywhere. I need light to match my spirit. I need light to light me up. You know, it's hard to be dark in the depths of despair in a light home where their sun is shining through the windows to our souls. You know what I mean? Excuse my, what is that called? Breath in the nose? Okay. I love everything about the home. I love all the white everywhere. Makes it really light. Makes it feel like a blank canvas. A couple of the bedrooms I've made a little bit more warm. Like my master bedroom is very warm and woodsy, which is really nice because it feels cozy. And then I come out here in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, it's so bright and white and gold. Oh, Johnny's done using the restroom. It only took him 30 minutes. Passing through. Say hi, Johnny.
Hi.
In a house full of lightness, he's in all black.
You're doing so great.
Thank you. It's good to have encouragement nearby. The people you spend your time around are the people that you become. So hopefully you're surrounding yourselves with loving, kind, humorous, good-hearted people. And if you're not, let them go and start one by one, building some new friendships. Find some people that you like, that have that spark that you're looking for in your soul, and ask them to coffee or a Zoom. What are the odds of you being interested in older men?
Plastic.
The odds are very high. Not in this present moment, because my heart's taken. But in general, I love older men. It depends on how much older. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in relationships with with men that have been older, 10 plus years older. And I found that they were a better match. See you later, Zoomy, Sonic. You know, my friend Shannon, who's in a lot of my sketches, she was in Sonic. Anyway, the chances are high of me being interested in older men. Not like 20, 30 years older. That's too much for me. But older men, they know what it's at. They know where it's at. You know, I remember being like 22, 25, 27, and I felt drawn to older men, and they were always drawn to me. I'm exaggerating. Obviously, they're not always drawn to me, but I just found I connected better with them. Not in general, like I can connect to anybody, but I found that as men get older, they are more, what's the word? Mature, know what they want, know how to claim what they want. There's nothing that a feminine energy wants more than to be claimed by a man. Obviously, if a woman's in her masculine, she may not be in the mood for that. I know for me, when I'm working, I don't really want to be bothered by a masculine energy. But when I'm in my feminine, I'm dancing, like the true feminine heart is yearning to be claimed and led and guided so that she can flow in her energy. I'm really into masculine, feminine energy, which exists in all of us. It's not really so much a gender thing. It's more of masculine, feminine flow. Masculine is all about master of time and space. It's like the cup that holds the water being feminine. So one needs the other. Without the cup, the water flows everywhere. Without the water, the cup is empty. So they need each other, and it's beautiful. And I love this subject so much. Maybe I'll do a whole Q&A just about masculine, feminine energy. Okay, let's look at some more questions, shall we? Aw, any tips on learning how to forgive? Oh my gosh, so many. I love forgiveness. Forgiveness will set you free. It's not so much about condoning what the other person did, but forgiving them will set you free. If we can forgive them, we are more likely to forgive ourselves, which is probably the journey that most people need to go on. I can only speak for myself. When I'm more kind, loving, and forgiving of others, it also makes me more loving and kind for myself. Everybody messes up. We are not perfect. We will never be perfect. People mess up a lot. I mess up a lot. You mess up all the time. That's okay. That's okay. So it's not about saying, I'm going to forgive them, even though they didn't apologize, blah, 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 blah. They don't need to know that you forgive them also. Like sometimes there are people in my life where I'm like, I'll forgive them from afar. And when I think of them, like anytime I think of them, it's an opportunity for me to pray for them and send them love so that the cells in my body can also shift and not harbor that anger. Because being angry at somebody is like drinking the poison, hoping that they get poisoned. It's like, it's only really hurting me. So the best thing I can do is to forgive and to love them from afar. I don't necessarily need to be engaging with them, talking to them, having them around. Now, let's say it's somebody in your household that you need to forgive. Well, there are 4 things that I like to do in my relationships that just helps dissolve everything. Chances are I've not been perfect. Chances are they have not been perfect. So there are 4 phrases that I think it was Tony Robbins did at his seminar, which is, if you can stand in front of your partner and just be present with them and Russell's bark is everything. Oh, I love him. Russ! Russell! Russ! Hey, I'm filming a YouTube. I'm filming a video. I'm filming a vlog. So shut up. Okay, if you can stand in front of your partner who's you've been with for a year, 20 years, whatever it is, and they've done something, but and it's the thing, and or vice versa, and you're wanting to move past it. Russell, I can't have you barking. Like, I might cut this and put it on YouTube. And if I'm saying something so profound and you're barking through it, it might diminish the effects with which I increasingly feel. What am I trying to say? I was trying to say seep into the cells of the people watching, whatever. If you can sit across from this person, your partner, friend, whatever, and say these 4 things, preferably a significant other. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I think the last 2 are interchangeable. It doesn't really matter. It not only will help you to say those 4 things, it'll help your partner, and say it 20 times. Say it until it pierces your soul. I knew for a long time that if I said sorry, it would mean that I did something wrong, and I can't do anything wrong, because if I do something wrong, then you're going to know that I'm not enough, and I'm not who I claim to be, and if I mess up, then I'm not lovable, and so I'm not going to even apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. Who cares? Who cares if you did anything wrong? Just say you're sorry. I was late to a shoot yesterday. I'm never late, by the way. Or maybe nowadays I'm more like 5 minutes late here or there, but for a long time I was very punctual because when people were late to me, I just found it so disrespectful and blah, 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 and I would take it personal, and I would just suffer over people being late. Now I'm not as obsessed with tracking whether people, that's me and my masculine, you gotta be in time, because if you're not in time, whatever. Just have a book, have your phone, breathe through it. It's all good. So anyway, I read the call sheet wrong an hour. So I was over an hour late to something, and I hated it. And, there would be a time where I would go in and I would just be like, I would avoid it. I wouldn't say I was sorry because I read it wrong and that sucks. And maybe one person needs to hear I'm sorry. But I actually walked in there and I apologized to the entire room. And I was like, I am so sorry that I misread the call sheet. Thank you for your patience and waiting for me. And You know what it did is it cleared all the weird energy that moving forward, at least for me. What's your sign? I must know. I am a Libra on the cusp of Scorpio, October 22nd. My rising sign is Sagittarius and my moon is Pisces. The rising is how you present yourself to the world. So very Sagittarius, very free spirit. That's how I present. I present like, oh my God, I don't care. And I'm wild and I'm fire. But I'm truly a Libra at heart. Like when you meet me, you're like, oh, you're a lot more like quiet and reserved. It really depends on who I'm around because Libras tend to match energy. But my moon, which rules my emotions, is very Pisces, which means I'm very emotional and I feel so deeply and I cry a lot. Which is what it is. I love astrology. I sometimes am very into it and sometimes I'm like, ugh, who cares? If you read a horoscope, that could apply to anybody. So I see both sides, which is also a Libra trait. How does Russell like the new home? He loves it so much. He gets to run around the front yard, backyard, and it's all enclosed. And it's one of the reasons why I got the house. It was for my little baby. What was your childhood like? It was really great. I had a great childhood. I was raised as an only child, so I was smothered with love and attention. It was a lot of pressure being an only child, a lot of pressure in that if I did anything right, I was the greatest thing that ever happened to the planet. But if I did anything wrong, I was a piece of crap and I should just feel so much pain for existing. So it was really all or nothing a lot of the time. I wish I could have shared some of the attention with another human and bond with them and be like, isn't dad and or mom being crazy right now, and relate to them and feel like I wasn't so alone. That was hard. So there's pros and cons to being an only child. I had really loving parents. They would swing me in blankets at the beach. They showered me in love. That was great. They would come in singing in the morning, even up until like 15, 16. They'd come on the weekend and sing me awake. And I'd be like the baby dinosaur. We were all very goofy. I made a lot of movies. I got my editing system when I was 12, and I would film movies and music videos and edit them. So I've always been into filming and storytelling and directing and all that stuff. I was terrible at school. I was good until I moved, and then all of a sudden I really started caring about what people thought because I started getting made fun of a lot in middle school. Middle school was the hardest years of my life, I guess, because I felt really alone. I got made fun of for having hairy arms, for being buff, I guess. I got lollipops thrown in my hair. I ended up fighting back and being a little bit of a bully myself, but mostly not. Mostly I was quiet and didn't defend myself. There was like one time where I said something about someone's height, and I am sorry for that. That wasn't right. I was scared and I fought back. And there was one time where there was like 12 girls and one of them was standing in front, this girl, Laura. And I don't even know if she went to that school for long, but she was there and she threatened to beat me up after school. And it was like literally 12 girls and me by myself. I had no one. Maybe like there was one girl, Sarah, who was like, I'm here if you need me. And it was like every popular girl across from me. So that was pretty horrifying. And so instead of paying attention to grades and like caring about that, I started caring about wanting to be liked. And I also found it really hard to pay attention because I was so hyped up on sugar. I would eat powdered donuts from my backpack and bagels to self-soothe because I was so anxiety-ridden and scared. So I really didn't do well in school as far as grades. I did well in theater and choir and Spanish for some reason. And math. I was pretty good at math. But like reading and literature and history, terrible. Couldn't pay attention for the life of me. I was just like, my leg would be shaking and I'd be like, woo. So overall, my childhood was good. And, you know, I felt a lot of pain and shame about the times that I wasn't happy and thinking that I should be happy because I have loving parents and a home and a roof over my head and food on my plate. And so instead of feeling validated with my feelings, I had a lot of guilt and shame for feeling the way that I felt. Nowadays, I try to do everything and surround myself with people that when I have a feeling, it's like, and you're so lovable and you're crying and that's okay. And it's okay, right? Rather than judging how I feel, which it's our judgment that adds way more pain than necessary? This is a very deep question and answer. It's not as like bleh as the last one, which is cool. Cool Ranch or nacho cheese Doritos? I'd say Cool Ranch. They're both great, but Cool Ranch. Not that I eat Doritos anymore. Also, are you doing season 2 for Serious But Funny? Yeah. We don't know when. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll start, but we're going to try to we will do visual with it, not just auditory. But we're really excited. And if you haven't listened to Serious But Funny, maybe I should link it in this YouTube video. It's really good. It's really fun. It's me and Johnny. There's 12 episodes. I go into depth about a lot of things, and I think it's really fun. And you can go listen to it and catch up before we start season 2. What makeup do you use? All sorts of weird stuff that's just been gifted. So I have like 5 concealer foundation stuff, 3 mascara. I throw all sorts of, you can probably see if you were a makeup artist and you're looking at my face right now, you're probably like, ooh, I do not know how to do makeup. I use minimal makeup because I don't know what to do with it when I have it. And I've yet to watch a tutorial and actually like follow along with it. So maybe that's my next thing, because I would like to know how to do it. It's just not something that interested me in my life. I cared more about being funny and my hair. And even then, I probably don't use great products. I like things that are affordable. I don't like spending too much money on makeup and hair products, unfortunately. I'm like, this is a waste. But I'm also living in a house that is very expensive. But I don't feel like it's a waste because I feel like it makes me feel expansive. There's light. I can shoot stuff. I can cook. I'm gearing up for my family that I think is coming at some point. It's gotta come, like I want to have one. So like I want to have space for them whenever they get here in whatever capacity that will be, which I don't know. Do you ever want to get married again? I don't know. I know if you would have asked me that 15 months ago, I would have been like, no, it's a waste. There's no point. It doesn't guarantee anything. Marriage is a way to put pressure and I don't believe in it and I'm over it. I was also bitter and had just been blindsided and heartbroken by a man that I trusted more than anyone. So that skewed my perception a bit. Now that I'm healing and having my heart open, yeah, I would do it. I'm not anytime soon, but I'm not closed off to marriage. I believed I was with the wrong person. And if you find the right person and you take your time and it feels good and you just love being around them, sure. Marriage is a beautiful union and I don't have anything against it because I don't have resentment anymore. I'm going to answer a few more because I feel like this has been really long. Any good tips on feeling lonely after breakup? Yeah, get a puppy if you want responsibility. Make a new friend, find a new hobby, go out for walks, listen to podcasts, go make sure you're exercising, make sure you're doing things that make you feel less alone. Ask yourself, what would make me feel connected? And find 3 things and do those 3 things. If you need to call a friend, if you need to find a support group, if you need a therapist, if you need a good TV show, anything is okay, just as long as you're not going back to a toxic, unhealthy situation. And also, it's normal to feel lonely. The loneliness will not last. So if you can keep reminding yourself, this is not permanent, this will pass, this will pass, this will pass, you'll be in better shape to feel equipped for dealing with loneliness, which we all deal with a lot of the time. So you're not alone, right? So I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And imagine being where you are and seeing all the other lonely people in their little house, apartment, cubbies, dealing with what you're dealing with. And you might visualize knowing that you are not alone. And you're like, oh, there's 10 other people in my vicinity. Yes, I can't actually see them right now, but if I actually close my eyes and like, the truth is many people are dealing with loneliness.